Having children was certainly a thrill of my lifetime. I was married in 1968 to Rosalind, and we had a baby girl in 73. Took a long time to work it out, but we finally got there. And Jacinta was the first girl born in my family. We all had boys. And when I saw a little girl in the crib, I just could not believe my eyes. And I was so thrilled. And I just burst into tears. I remember looking at her, I said, it's like looking at me. She was so much like me, it was unbelievable. And as a little baby, we used to be pretty party animals at the time. And we always went out, and Cinch came everywhere, pubs, clubs, laying as a little baby on a sheepskin rug next to the chair in the pub or whatever. She used to be sound asleep. She was a perfect baby. She would sleep until you woke her up. And, but when she was first born, her mother was very sick, so we had a lot of trouble. But the baby was fine. And I can still remember one night we had a party, and I used to have a Neil Diamond record, and it used to play Sweet Caroline, and that's Jacinta's second name. So every time it came on, I used to race into the bedroom, pick her up, come out in the lounge room in my arms and dance around the lounge room singing Sweet Caroline. And to this day, I get tears every time I hear that song. And I was so much emotionally involved with it. It was unbelievable. I just couldn't understand it. And I remember a neighbour came across one day and said, you know, Graham, she's not perfect. I said, what? Not perfect? Of course she's perfect. That's how I never stopped talking about her to anybody and everybody. So, yeah, I really enjoyed since growing up as a little girl. And then, of course, she grew up to be a teenager, and before that she used to play netball. And Dad got expelled from the netball court because I used to coach, and I wasn't allowed to. So she began, Dad, keep quiet. I used to forget it wasn't football. So we took all around the hills and everywhere for that netball. And then Trent came along in 75, and he was so different. Even in hospital, I couldn't pick him out in the nursery, where Jacinta, there she was. But I used to say, what number is Casson, baby? Because I could not, he was so different. Anyway, we got him out of hospital, brought him home. He cried 24 hours the first night, I reckon. And so eventually, the only way I'd get him to sleep was to sleep on my chest in bed. And as he got a little bigger, we woke up that he would sleep in the car when we drove along. So I had to get the bassinet, put it in the back seat of the car and drive around the block until he went to sleep. Creep in, carry him gently into bed, you put him in the bed, wah, straight away. Oh, no. But finally he grew out of it. And he and Cinch used to play, because we had a big pool in the backyard, so we had to be careful of the pool. But both kids were brought up at the Dandenong Cricket Club, where I played a lot of cricket. Every Saturday they'd be there with Rosalind and the two kids, even in nappies running around, playing a ball with all the other kids that were there. So they were always out and about, so they were very social. I can always remember my 40th birthday was at the cricket club, and a famous cricketer, Desmond Haynes from the West Indies, he was playing in my team, and he came to my party. Unbeknownst to me, Rosalind organised a stripper. So all the kids, this woman walked in, and I thought, what's going on here? Anyway, she only stripped down to her undies and bra, and little Trent and his mate were sitting on the hip saying, get it off, get it off. They were about 5. Everyone killed themselves laughing. So they weren't shy, the little buggers.